How y'all doing? This is Mr. J Harkless and welcome to my first ever top 5 video. I've been looking forward to recording it for so long and finally it's about to come out. Now this top 5 is going to start off a little bit on the negative side. This is going to be the top 5 worst games of last generation. So without ado, how about we get into it? Now for the past 6 to 7 years, the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and Wii have been out. To say most, it was a solid console generation, the Wii being the best seller, but which one had the worst games? A lot of these console generations come out, there's always those great, amazing games, critically acclaimed, but then there's the bad games, the ones with mediocre reviews and just bad. Well, worry or wonder no longer. I'm about to give you my top 5 of games of the last console generation. Starting in at number 5, we got Naughty Bear. Now, what do I say about Naughty Bear? This game is just dumb, random, dull. So, my god, I don't even know what to say. Naughty Bear for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. This game was pretty much... I can't even... Okay, I'm sorry, I needed a moment. The problem with Naughty Bear is that this game is just random. This game has nothing going on for it. To explain the plot, it starts off with a bear named Naughty Bear, same name as the title. Pretty much, he doesn't get invited to a party, and he decides to go on a rampage and kill everyone. I swear to God, that's as far as I got into it. And apparently there's more stuff to do with aliens? Man. Oh, and I also not mentioned this game is supposed to be a third-person shooter, but it controls like ass. The controls are so clunky. I can't even aim properly. It's like, man, talking about this game is really starting to frustrate me. There are some things Naughty Bear has going for it. For one, I do get a little bit of enjoyment out of beating the stuffing out of some of the bears. Even though it is a little bit uncalled for, it's always kind of exciting. Other than that, the game just sucks. And the fact that it has a sequel that's actually costs money is just even a big slap to the face. Who's gonna pay money for that? I mean, if you don't believe me that the game's bad, why don't you just go check some reviews? The game's gotten mediocre too. Its highest review is 5.5 on GameSpot. No big surprise there. But anyways, Naughty Bear is number 5 on this list. And now off to number 4. At number 4, we have Duke Nukem Forever. Now, when this game first came out, I never played any Duke Nukem games, so I've been looking for a reason to get into the Duke Nukem series. Now, when I first picked this game up, I originally forgotten about it at the time, and it was only like $10. I think I got it from GameStop, if I remember correctly. And I was just so excited. I was like, why is this game so cheap? And I was like, whatever, I'll take it. So I popped that game into my PS3 and oh my god. This game was bad. That's all I can say. This game was bad. Like the overworld of it just looked so bland. Like the graphics of it looked like it could have been ran on the PS2. And that's really a bigger disappointment because this game took 15 years to develop. And it came out in 2011, so you can't even use that the game came out early in the console generation. It makes sense if this game came out like around 2008, because they were still making use of the hardware. But considering the fact that this game came out in 2011, which, I don't know, a game like Uncharted 3 came out, and the graphics are still ass. Nope. Not to mention, the gameplay is just boring. I mean, honestly... And there's so many bugs. I didn't even finish this game. The only enjoyment I got out of Duke Nukem Forever was the whole interaction schemes. I thought that was funny, being able to just punch someone for no reason and just throw stuff at people. That was fun, but the whole gameplay, third-person shooting mechanics is just so generically dull, and I can't even grasp how the whole humor of it is just so lame. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do like a little all those inappropriate humor-esque, you know, those are funny, like the whole South Park-esque, but I don't know, in here it just didn't feel like it matched at all. And that's why for this I have to put Duke Nukem as number 4 for the worst game of last generation. At number 3, we have movie games. Now, I was having a hard time deciding which type of movie game should be on here. I was going through Iron Man 3, Battlefield, the movie, the game, Tintin, Spider-Man, the movie, the game, yada yada yada. You know what I mean. But I can't just help but grasp, all these games are just bad. Now, I never bought any of these games. I pretty much like borrowed them from a few friends, and they are just bad. They're just all repetitive gameplay, and like a whole bunch of audio dialogue is just like copy and pasted from the movie in the game. I don't want to go too harsh on these games because these games are just pretty much promotion, but they all, in the end, they still suck. I mean, you can still make a movie licensed game and be good, but these developers just choose not to put in the effort, and because of that, they all end up bombing. Like, have any of you played Men in Black, the video game? Oh, don't even get me started on all Iron Man movie games. All Iron Man movie games are bad. But the thing is, I don't hold them back because the movies are still great. Iron Man 3, I still haven't seen. But I did enjoy Men in Black 3, believe it or not. I did enjoy The Amazing Spider-Man. I did enjoy Legend of Tintin, if I said that correctly. So that's why I can't really go too harsh on them, because they're just movie licensed games just to make money and promote. And that's why movie games land here at number 3. At number 2, we have Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 and Sonic and the Secret Rings. And oh boy, you should have seen this coming. Oh man, let me speculate on Sonic 06 a bit, because this might take a while. Sonic 06 was supposed to be a reboot to the franchise after the release of Shadow and the Hedgehog and Sonic Riders. Oh, but was it the proper reboot? No, of course not! What kind of question is that? This game is just bad all around. Like, this is one of the prime examples of what a game should not be. For one, the game is long. Believe it or not, this is actually one of the longest Sonic games ever, and it's the worst one. Well, one of the worst. Number 2, the gameplay is just bad all over the place. There's bugs all over the place. The game's controls are stiff as hell, that to the fact that doing a simple turn can get you killed. The voice acting is mediocre, especially due to the fact that they actually replaced the original voice cast from Sonic Adventure 2 to Sonic Heroes with the 4Kids voice actors from Sonic X. So, of course, we have Jason Griffith. Oh my god. And then there's Elise, just an annoying Princess Peach of Sonic, just getting kidnapped every single time. Oh man, and then there's Silver, that boss fight. Having to fight him is just like a nightmare to hold. I'm cringing. Silver. Man, and don't even get me started at the ending. The whole bestiality, Sonic dying, Princess Elise kissing Sonic. This game is just bad all around, but trust me, this game is not even the worst Sonic game ever. No. The worst Sonic game would have to go to Sonic and the Secret Ring, and one problem with it was, the biggest issue with it was motion controls. Motion controls. I'm sorry, but Sonic was not made to be played on motion controls. Like the whole having, especially with the Wiimote and this whole being unresponsive, it made the game a frustrating pain to play. Trying to flick the Wiimote to do the homing attack got me killed so many times. The fact that I hardly get any control over moving Sonic left and right really infuriates me. The game is just overall infuriating to play. Sure, the soundtrack is pretty nice, which is like in pretty much all Sonic games, but the soundtrack just doesn't help a crappy gameplay and crappy controls, and that is why both these games, Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 and Sonic and the Secret Rings, are number 2 on this list. Oh, once again, there's also another game in this Sonic storybook series, Sonic and the Black Knight, but you know what? That game's cool with me. It's cool. Way better than this shit. But anyways, that is for me number 2 spot, Sonic 06 and Sonic and the Secret Rings. But now, before we get to number 1, how about we do a little recap. Number 5, Naughty Bear. Number 4, Duke Nukem Forever. Number 3, Movie Games. Number 2, Sonic 06 and Sonic and the Secret Rings. And now, at the number 1 slot, PlayStation Move Heroes. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of you haven't heard of this game. So pretty much, this game is pretty much how a PlayStation Move seller, well, it was supposed to be a PlayStation Move seller, and the whole point was to have both all Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, and Sly Cooper all put into the same game. Now, when this game was first announced, I was hyped, because I mean, I haven't seen Jak in a video game on a PS3 since the PS3 started. And the fact that we were going to see Sly and Ratchet all in the same game, this game couldn't have bombed. But then the game came out. Not only is this game boring, the mini games are just, it's just like a whole bunch of mini games, and the story is just boring. And one of the reasons why I hold it at number 1 is because the game just got me hyped. I actually got a Move controller for this game, and I don't even use it anymore. Do you understand how disappointing that is? The fact that, not only that, Jak and Daxter is my favorite video game of all time. Seeing Jak on a PS3 got me hyped. I mean, then again, there's an HD collection which I have, but it's not the same as seeing him in an all-new game, and the game just suffers to be it. It's all like mini games. That's the whole game in general. The game is all mini games. There's no real plot to it. It's like the X games. No, that's a terrible comparison. It's like Kirby Superstar, but sucks. I can't even grasp how badly I hate this game, and I traded it in for store credit, same I did with Duke Nukem Forever, and that is why I think it is the worst game of the last console generation, and I don't think anyone should ever buy it. And that is it for this top 5 video of the worst games of last generation. I should have mentioned this at the beginning, but all these lists were all just opinionated, so if you did not agree with anything, please feel free to leave your own top 5. I'm sorry this top 5 was kind of like stuttery. This is my first top 5, and I didn't write anything down. This all just came off the top of the dome, so please don't go too hard on me. But this is just the first of many top 5s to come. So look out for more. I really did have fun just expressing all this, but anyways, I'm talking for too much. So I will see you guys next time. Peace.